Tired and light the fires. Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to XFW Danger Zone. And out to the ring comes the Industry. Led to the ring by Josh the Coach Clemens. The Blacksmith, Jason Adams. Michael Wall says he wishes you could do intro music his show. You can put it together. It's not as hard as you think it would be. And again, welcome everyone to XFW. This is the Danger Zone. We're happy to be back live on the interwebs. As dashing Danny Diamond makes his way down the ringside. And folks, we've got some updates from you about things going on in XFW, things going on in our sister promotion, High Ground Professional Wrestling, as we get underway here tonight in the Danger Zone. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Michael Webster, for hitting that like button. No matter what platform you're watching us on, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok, thank you for joining us here tonight for another exciting episode of XFW Digital Professional Wrestling. Dashing Danny definitely likes to, as he puts it, shake his groove thing. The Rebel, thank you for liking the stream and welcome to the Danger Zone. Dashing Danny versus the Blacksmith, Jason Adams, to kick off our program. Here we go. Dashing Danny coming out of the gate, not wasting any time. Going for a springboard, moonsault, but the Blacksmith dodging out of the way. Jason now off the ropes, going for a drop kick. Off the ropes now, wide, shot to the head. Kick out. Thank you, Michael Wade, for liking the stream. Michael Wade saying, we're from High Ground. Michael Wade, I do commentary for High Ground Professional Wrestling, yes. They do cross promotions with us here at XFW. Mainly with the maniacal Glee, who's an XFW performer and now in High Ground Professional Wrestling. Ooh! Shoved down to the match as these two continue to battle back and forth. Rights and lefts now from the Blacksmith. And a European uppercut now from Adams, who's getting a little cocky here to start off this matchup, taking control over Dashing Danny Diamond. Ooh! European uppercut again there from Jason Adams, the Blacksmith, one of the members of the new Industry put together. But look at this, Dashing Danny Diamond up and around with the head scissors. Replayed in your top corner there as Dashing Danny now goes to work. These two battling with Dashing Danny with that head scissors, and boom, down to the canvas goes Jason Adams. Dashing Danny now bringing a ladder in. But here comes the Blacksmith, up and over. DDT blasts him down to the canvas. Brutal shot. Back to a collar elbow tie-up. Michael Wade talking about Zoe Cannon, someone I know very well as the Primal Savage, the Cure and the Curse. They did debut in High Ground Professional Wrestling in December. Zoe Cannon has become very, very friendly with the Maniacal Glee. David C. Evans, thank you for liking the stream and welcome to the Danger Zone. Ooh, European uppercut there. Talking about Zoe Cannon. Her and Glee have gone back and forth repeatedly. They've wrestled a couple times, but Glee has become infatuated with Zoe Cannon. Zoe Cannon, the current interspecies Galactic Champion, winning the title from the Manimal. The current tag team partner of the Maniacal Glee. But right now, back to this matchup. Jason Adams now grabbing the head, dashing Danny Diamond, dumping him up and over. And here we go again. Jason Adams taunting too much to this audience. Dashing Danny able to get under the ropes. Adams going up high, dashing Danny now, placating the crowd and takes a double axe handle right across the top of the skull. Michael Wade talking about the Cure and the Curse. I was doing commentary, and the Cure and the Curse got right in there. They had a lot to say. And I was accosted for calling their product a tonic. It is not a tonic. I was corrected multiple times. Back to XFW's dashing Danny, tossed out at the feet of the coach. And here we go, Clemens, who insists on the old school style of wrestling, who never gets involved, right now putting his hands all over dashing Danny Diamond, throwing him back inside of the feet of Jason Adams. Adams on the right hand. Adams now looking for a waist lock, dashing Danny Diamond with back hands. Shot to the back of the head now by dashing Danny. Danny now looking for a DDT. Trying to size him up here, but Adams now the counter. Shots to the midsection. And a repeated one. Jason now up and over. Another counter now by dashing Danny Diamond into a back body drop. Covered now by dashing Danny. No hook in the leg. Forearm across the face. Collar elbow tie up. Dashing now. Irish whip. Hard in back into the turnbuckle. Chest first by Adams. Dashing Danny now driving the knee into the side of the skull. Rebecca May and David C. Evans, both members have gone crazy in the house tonight. Thank you guys for joining us here tonight in XFW. Now dashing Danny with a table, shoving in the ring, but Adams charging in, catch him with an elbow right across the face. He's busted him open. Dashing Danny busted open, and now Adams with the table, dashing Danny brought into the ring. Now Adams looking to utilize it, but dashing Danny sees it coming. Blast out with elbow shot to the midsection. And now dashing Danny, again with the Irish whip. And here, look at this, the coach now getting the attention of dashing Danny Diamond, allowing Adams to recover, grabs on the back of the head, European uppercut. Dashing Danny may have been setting himself up for a win there. And the coach again getting himself involved. Adams now with dashing Danny. Oh! Blast his arm. And now Adams going to the top rope here. Dashing Danny on the table. And Adams crashing down through the table, holding on to his own midsection. And this is only our opening match, folks. Adams now hooking him up. Oh! And face plants him on the table, on the debris. And Adams with the win. The industry chalking up a victory tonight as Josh, the coach Clemens, gives a victory win to his boy Jason Adams. Dashing Danny Diamond trying to turn this matchup around with Jason Adams right there with that face bomb. And the 1, 2, 3 for the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to XFW here tonight. We are proud to be back here after spending last weekend with our friends at High Ground Professional Wrestling. Now, ideally, we were going to go live and stream the show. Unfortunately, some internet connections in the area prevented that, but we did record the entire program, and you guys will start seeing clips and matches coming out over the next few days at our face over at High Ground Professional Wrestling, and maybe we'll get Monaco Glee's match up on our XFW page here, folks. And, you know, I do want to spend some time talking about the Maniacal Glee, as much as I don't want to, because Glee makes me very, very upset. The longtime XFW fans know how much he bothers me, how much Glee harasses me, how much he gets under my skin, how much he just generally aggravates me as a person, folks. But the problem I have is, at the last event, my usual partner on commentary, Zero Gravity Nick Cage, was out with illness. Nick, I wish you the best of luck recovering. Missed you at commentary. Who stepped in was none other than the commissioner of XFW, JD. Now, I always like having JD around. He's a good guy. He does really well here in XFW. However, the problem I have with the last matchup, ladies and gentlemen, was the fact that there was a title match going to be going on between High Ground Professional Wrestling's former champion, The Dude, the former junior heavyweight champion. And he did not have an opponent as the previous champion. Lucha Ciampa was suspended by High Ground. So JD interjected himself, folks, and recommended a match of The Dude versus Glee for the title. Now, I was a commentary and very vocal about this, that this should not happen. Glee did not deserve a title shot. JD went on the fact that Glee has only lost one match since he debuted in High Ground Wrestling over a year ago. And folks, the unimaginable happened. Glee is now the High Ground Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Champion. Rebecca May, thank you for liking the stream. This is insanity. I couldn't even get backstage before Glee was running around, throwing this title up, as happy as anything. There were Bruce chants in the audience before Glee even showed up that night, folks. It was absolutely ridiculous. But now, the Maniacal Glee, who will be in action tomorrow night here on Saturday Night Showdown, is a champion at High Ground Professional Wrestling. So we'll have more on that, folks, down the road. Right now, we're going to head down to ringside. Tag team action coming your way as the Cosa Nostra goes colliding with the Gladiators next on XFW Danger Zone. Let's head down to ringside. Still absolutely shocked that the Maniacal Glee is a champion. I know he's held the United States title here in XFW, and quite frankly, folks, that was a fluke. He was the billion-dollar champion for about a day till he gave the title away to a child. And here come two men hell-bent on getting tag team titles around their waist. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gladiators.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 623 pounds,
Draven and Hagen Carr. Paul Tortelli, thank you for liking the stream. Welcome to XFW. Again, folks, I want to thank our new and longtime fans for joining us here tonight on the Danger Zone. No matter what platform you're watching us on, as I stated earlier, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, or directly on Bloodsword6.com, where you can get XFW merchandise. Two absolutely brutes inside the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Hagen Carr and Draven the Gladiators. Hagen Carr is damn near 7 feet tall. And ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. The Cosa Nostra is about to enter the field. The boss, Antonio Crino, now a former two-time World Heavyweight Champion. Flanking him, the Loose Cannon, Billy Rucci, and the Hammer, Tony Vincent. All three of these men, former champions here in XFW. And anytime the boss, Antonio Carino, can grease the wheels and make his championship prospects easier, he will do so. The boss actually went on a tirade to the XFW Championship Committee to not defend his title for 60 days. In doing so, he angered those behind the booking scenes, and they put him in a fatal four-way to defend his title. Coming up on the losing end, while the Destroyer walked away as the current reigning and now 10-time XFW World Heavyweight Champion. The Destroyer will be in action later on tonight with the title already on the line. That's right, folks. You heard me. The main event tonight will, in fact, feature the Destroyer putting the title up against the line on the man who was the last person in the ring with him, Rex Bishop. And here we go, folks. Collar elbow time. Whoa! Draven with a, I'd like to say high cross body, but for Draven, it was a low cross body. The man just picks his feet up off the canvas, and he flies through the air. And right now going to work. Oh! Roundhouse kick to Tony Vincent and the Gladiators. Started things off early on the offense. Home territory there. Tag, in comes Hagen Carr. Hagen Carr took a cheap shot there to the back of the head of Tony Vincent. And now in the ring, unleashing shots, combination, lefts and rights to the hammer, Tony Vincent. The Gladiators several times have come very, very close to getting a title opportunity, only to be distracted by other wrestlers, other opponents taking them off their track, and a very few, unfortunate, key losses in the tag team division. But right now, they are focused and going heavy and deadly onto Tony Vincent, and a clothesline now from Hagen Carr, and a back elbow. Quick cover by Carr, hooks the legs on the hammer. Mike Atura right through. Only a one count. Tony Vincent with a lot left in the tank. But right now, back in comes Draven. Scoop slam by Hagen Carr. What is this? Oh, he's going to hoist up Draven. Good Lord! Good Lord! Hagen Carr just picked up over 300 pounds and dropped it down on Tony Vincent, who's getting picked apart by the Gladiators. I cannot remember the last time I've seen the Cosa Nostra get dominated in such a fashion. Oh, and here comes the boss. But you see how quickly he got back down. Draven made eye contact. Draven out with an Irish whip. Counter in the corner by Tony. Oh! The boss just took that turnbuckle off. Oh, Mike Atura just got blasted in the back. Trying to put that turnbuckle back on. The boss taking it off. Didn't see the tag, but Draven's going to help out Billy Rucci. Did Mike Atura just say there was a tag? Did they actually make a tag? Because here comes Hagen Carr back in. Billy Rucci's down. Billy Rucci's down. Here goes Billy Rucci. There was a tag. The Cosa Nostra just got a look when he hears capacity crowd booing. I think it was a bad call by Mike Atura. But he says Tony Vincent tagged the hand of Billy Rucci. Now Rucci, the legal man in the ring, catching Hagen Carr by surprise. Carr with a kick to the midsection and with a counter. Again, you can never count out Billy Rucci. Whoa! But Hagen Carr is going to give him some high flyer miles here and bring him down. Tag again, in comes the big man Draven, who's yet to be knocked off his feet in this matchup. Rucci going for the ride with a counter, sweeps out the leg. Draven kicks him off. And again, that brutal cross body. Oh, he's not done. Full head of steam. 300 plus pounds coming down. And an elbow drop in the middle of the back. Antonio Carino on the outside, looking very upset right now. Draven now with a wind up, sending Rucci hard into the corner. Draven's going to let him tag. Look at this. And take a shot and smile at him. Tony Vincent, ooh, catches an uppercut. Carino on the outside looks devastated. I have not seen the Gladiators look this good in quite some time. And now he's got him by the chin. And Draven is going to send him for the ride and bring him down. Oh, he's got the boss. He's got the boss. Draven, the boss interjected, and Draven is cleaning house. Draven is cleaning house. Tag in comes Hagen Carr. And they're going to send him up. And he's going to come down in the Colossal. And now Hagen Carr with a cover. And Billy Rucci with the save. Rucci just there. Oh, and Hagen Carr. Oh! Hagen Carr takes him off the apron. And he lands on the boss. And now Hagen Carr catching elbows ahead. Billy Rucci trying to save himself here. For 20 minutes, I'm sorry. Shot to the midsection now. Repeated shots now by Carr. What is he doing? Carr deadlifting the Hammer, Tony Vincent, and bringing him all the way down. The Gladiators are on fire tonight. Brutal shot to the head now. And repeated shots now. The boss on the outside. Looking very, very determined. And again, Hagen Carr showing off that prowess, that ridiculous power. Oh, and again the shoulder tackle. Oh, and here comes the boss, Antonio Carino now. Getting involved. Oh, no. Draven's coming in. Draven's coming in. Oh, my God. Oh, and a shot to the side of the skull. Hagen Carr's got him up. Fired Thunder Driver. The skull of Tony Vincent. And he gets the shoulder up somehow. The audience now screaming tag team wrestling as Hagen Carr keeps Tony Vincent in the ring. Carr now off the ropes. Body press, nobody home. Vincent narrowly avoiding disaster. And the Hammer taking back control. Needs to go for a tag. Does not go for it yet. Into the turnbuckle. Tag in comes Billy Rucci, the fresh man for the Cosa Nostra. Rucci on the top rope, coming down the double axe handle. And Hagen Carr, quick to counter. Rights and lefts by Hagen Carr. And they'll got him on the shoulder. Carr, a counter by Billy Rucci. Rucci now grabbing the arm. Overhand wrist lock, down goes Hagen Carr. Hagen Carr fighting back. Shots to the midsection now. And again, back and forth shots here. Waist lock down by Rucci. But again, Hagen Carr showing the power. Shoving him right off. I shove into the ropes. Hagen Carr, one-handed spine buster. And down goes Billy Rucci. And again on the shoulders. Hagen Carr. This time the power slam comes down. Billy Rucci now in trouble. Right hand now by Hagen. Tag in comes Draven. Oh, they're going to set him up now. Billy Rucci, the second man into the Colossal from the Gladiators. And now we got all four men in the ring. Well, down to three. That was quickly shut down by the Gladiators. Both men have received the Colossal. Billy Rucci now catching the leg. Corkscrew Dragon Whip. on the big man, Draven. Draven, shoves his hand away. Oh, good Lord, how did he even see him? How did he even see Tony Vincent on the ring? Oh, what a punch to the face by Draven. And now he's hoisting him up. Oh my God, the torque on that slam. And that's it. Good Lord. The Gladiators with a very dominant win tonight over the Cosa Nostra. Wow. Wow. The Gladiators have been on record saying they want an opportunity at tag team titles, and tonight just showed what cards they're playing as they dominated that matchup against the Cosa Nostra. Wow, what a matchup. And again, the Gladiators showing their ridiculous power here as Hagen Carr slamming down Billy Rucci before setting him up for the Colossus. But then, folks, Draven, boom, the right hand. And then this power slam just spinning around the reversed way. Draven leaving the ground, adding all his body weight on top of that torque. And you see Antonio Carino not happy with the outcome of this matchup. Hagen Carr and Draven the Gladiators with the win tonight. I have not seen the Gladiators, the Cosa Nostra be dominated like that, folks, in their entire wrestling career. That was a spectacle to behold. But again, the Gladiators have been on record saying they want an opportunity to tag team gold, folks. And it is performances like that that will get you that opportunity and will get you there, folks. But I do want to take a minute to thank our sponsors and our sister promotion, High Ground Professional Wrestling, folks. We're going to get their new poster up tomorrow night in our program. High Ground Professional Wrestling Redemption, their 3rd year anniversary being in a promotion in Mayfield, Pennsylvania. Bell time, 7 p.m. Tickets are online. We're going to actually get their commercial up for them tomorrow night, Saturday Showdown, and more. So, folks, we're going to keep talking about that. And unfortunately, you're going to keep seeing this come up. The Maniacal Glee will be in action tomorrow night. I will only time will tell if he's bringing the High Ground Professional Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Championship with him. I don't want to see Glee here. I was hoping we'd stay in High Ground, but JD keeps pimping him out. Right now, folks, we're going to head down the ring for women's action next as Kari Foster goes up against Alex Webb next on XFW Danger Zone. Let's head down to ringside. And here comes Kari Foster, the fiery redhead that goes from 0 to psycho in a matter of seconds. A former 2-time women's champion. She claims to be the girl next door. But folks, behind that door is a psycho redhead with a fire axe that you do not want on your bad side. Although Foster is easy on the eyes. Am I allowed to say that? And she definitely knows how to make an entrance. But her opponent tonight, ladies and gentlemen, former 3-time women's champion and one of XFW's most popular women female wrestlers, Alex Webb. Marshall Foster said, "You wonder if XFW do a variation of the Mixed Max Challenge." You never know what can go on here in XFW. Stranger things have happened. Hell, I remember when WWE tried to shut us down for their social media networks. And then WWE invaded XFW. And here we go. And Webb with a roll-up already. Foster's shoulders are down. She's kicking and struggling to get out and kicks the shoulder up. Maria, our referee for this matchup, was right there at the action. Green Army 1980, is she on CC? Majority of our characters are on Community Creations. But if someone up there is not there specifically, oh! Let us know. We will get them uploaded for you. Foster allowed for a suplex. Webb with a counter. Webb now with a waist lock. Up. Ooh! Side rush and leg sweep now from the former 3-time women's champion. And a rolling elbow. Green Army team will double check tonight to make sure Kari Foster is up on Community Creations. Right now, Alex Webb in control of this matchup. Off the ropes goes Webb. Flying elbow right to the face of Kari Foster. Foster now in control. Picking her up. Up and over. Foster with a nice counter there. Back to a struggle here. Webb shoved down to the canvas. Right hand now by Webb. Foster shaking it off. Fires right back. And here we go. As these two blast each other back and forth. Slap across the face and a knife edge chop. Counter by the former women's champ. Rolling elbow again. Sends Foster crashing down to the canvas. And a beautiful drop kick. Foster trying to roll her way out of the ring, but Webb not going to let it happen. Counter by Foster. Right hook to the jaw. Webb off the ropes. Foster with a nice drop down. Rolls through. Beautiful! Tiger suplex by Kari Foster. Hooks to leg. Feet on the ropes. Feet on the ropes. 2! But Foster gets a shoulder or couldn't keep her down. Foot on the ropes. Kari Foster trying to take the cheap way out here. Webb now in trouble. Dropped across the top rope. Cover here. Webb gets the shoulder up pretty quickly. Collar elbow tie-up. Off the ropes. Catches the leg. Does Alex Webb. Webb now again the drop kick. Foster now in trouble. Webb now hooks her up. And reverse Olympic slam. Down goes Foster. And now Webb stalking over her. Webb hooks her up. Around the lat into the web slinger. And a cover now by Alex. And a 1, 2, 3. Alex Webb pulling off the victory tonight on Danger Zone in a very closely contested matchup. Alex Webb with the victory tonight here in the Danger Zone.
Here is your winner, Alex Webb.
Webb with an impressive victory tonight over Kari Foster. Again, those two have heated battles all over the place here in XFW. They've traded the title back and forth. They continue that rivalry to this day, folks. And I would be willing to bet at one point one of those two women will be wearing the title here again in XFW, currently held by Tessa Van Hayes, who will be in action later on tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I talked a little bit about our main event tonight. The Destroyer, now a 10-time XFW World Heavyweight Champion, will defend his title tonight against the man who was the last opponent in the ring with him in the Fatal 4-Way where he recaptured the title, and that will be Rex Bishop. Now, we saw Bishop, and who originally won a Fatal 4-Way to become a number one contender against Antonio Carino, but we saw Bishop get absolutely just dogpiled by the Cosa Nostra. There was no one-on-one matchup there, folks. There was none. The boss continued to use his pull backstage, had the other members of the Cosa Nostra out there, and Rex Bishop never got a fighting chance. However, the Destroyer, giving him that fighting chance, loves competition, loves to be a fighting champion, told him flat out, I will give you an opportunity. You deserve a one-on-one opportunity. He's going to get it. So tonight, Rex Bishop will go one-on-one with the Destroyer for the XFW World Heavyweight Championship. I haven't tried. Oh, there we go. But right now, two-belt Tiger will be in action up next against the Prince, Christopherson Pierce, next on XFW Danger Zone. Let's head down to ring. When we talk about ego, ladies and gentlemen, here is Christopherson Pierce, the man who claims he is the 25th in line for the throne of England. Former United States champion is Christopherson Pierce. Obviously, this capacity crowd not thrilled seeing him out here. Never a fan favorite. But his opponent tonight, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most electrifying members of the XFW roster, Tiger Ramirez.
And his opponent from Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico, weighing in at 241 pounds, the Extreme United States Champion and the Extreme Internet Champion, Tiger Ramirez.
Tiger Ramirez, Tiger, two belts, as dubbed by the XFW audience. The current reigning United States champion and the XFW Internet champion. Only the second man in XFW history to hold two titles at the same time. This is a non-title matchup. And here we go. And Tiger out of the gate with a wheelbarrow into an arm drag. Oh, flying in, drop kick to the midsection. But Christopherson Pierce rolls him up. Trying to squeak it away to kick out by Tiger. Both men back to their feet. The champion eats a neck breaker. And now Tiger getting his chest just caved in by the Prince. Now a little bit of ground and pound by Christopherson. Pierce has been no slouch in the athletic division or the fighting champ. Oh, but Tiger going to send him over the top rope. And now Ramirez, full head of steam here, comes through under the ropes and splashes down on him. Talk about innovative offense from Tiger Ramirez. Tiger with a right hand. Tiger now with a wind-up. Sends him crashing into the barricade. And now Tiger on the barricade, trying to hold his balance. David C. Evans saying, Tiger, let's go. Tiger now off the top and crashing down. Referee counting away. Pierce shoved back inside. Ramirez in control. Counter by the Prince. Shot to the face. Small package rolls him up. Ramirez again gets the shoulder up. But stunned momentarily. Christopher Pierce going to keep control. Oh! Heavy shot to the chest there by Christopherson Pierce. Now the neck pinch on Ramirez. And Ramirez sweeps out the leg with authority. And now Ramirez, beautiful. Springboard moonsault off the ropes by Tiger Ramirez. Ramirez with a shot to the head. Goes off the ropes but gets caught by Pierce with an elbow. Ooh! Pierce now taunting the champion. Ramirez struggling to get back to his feet. Right hand. Oh, Tiger looked like it woke him up, and he fires back. Pierce now in trouble as Ramirez starts building momentum here. Pierce fires back again. Blocked by the Prince. Ramirez firing back with an elbow. A roundhouse kick to the legs. Tiger Ramirez now back in control. Ramirez. Monkey flips him up onto the ropes. Oh my dear Lord. Ramirez. Only one count. Watch this, folks. Ramirez backs him up against the ropes. And Ramirez goes high. Monkey flip. Moonsault into a DDT. And now Ramirez back in control. Ramirez with a right hand shot. Ramirez slips through. Tiger looking for the Tiger suplex. And now Ramirez calling his shot here. Ramirez snapmares him over. Looking for the Tiger's tail in Saguri. And down goes the Prince. Can he recover? Few can from that maneuver. And Tiger Ramirez. The champ pulls off the win tonight in the Danger Zone. Wow. What a matchup between two outstanding athletes. I'll tell you what, folks, I'd like to see Tiger Ramirez in high ground wrestling. That would be impressive to see. Ramirez wrapping him up right here, folks, in the Tiger suplex. And then setting him up. The snap mirrors him over. And then right into the Tiger's tail. Boom! Ramirez can pull that out of a number of different areas. And always impactful.
Here is your winner,
Tiger Ramirez with the win tonight in the Danger Zone. What a win for Tiger Ramirez over Christopherson Pierce, the Prince, here tonight in XFW. Now, folks, again, we've got a couple more matches coming up your way. But, folks, again, we want to talk a little bit about the insanity that was high ground professional wrestling this past weekend. And once again, the Maniacal Glee has captured gold in high ground professional wrestling. And again, folks, I blame JD, the commissioner of XFW. He put Glee in this match, much to the distress of High Ground Commissioner, Assistant Commissioner Belladonna. But when Belladonna's boss is the Manimal, Glee's tag team partner, I don't know if we can call it nepotism. Maybe we can call it Manimalism. I'm not sure. But Manimal called in to JD to recommend it. How they had the conversation, I don't know, because Manimal doesn't speak a whole lot of actual English. But I digress. Regardless, folks, High Ground Professional Wrestling has a new champion, and that is in the form of the Maniacal Glee. But right now, back to talking about championships, folks. The Women's Championship, the women's champion in action next as Samantha Shields goes up against the champion Tessa Van Hayes next on XFW Danger Zone. Let's head down to ringside. And here comes Samantha Shields. Samantha Shields has been on a hot streak as of late with a number of back-to-back wins. As she slowly tries to climb the ranks for an opportunity for XFW Gold. But tonight could be her opportunity as she goes up against the women's champion. But her opponent tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is the current reigning XFW Women's Champion, Tessa Van Hayes.
From Seattle, Washington, the Extreme Women's World Champion, Tessa Van Hayes.
Tessa Van Hayes making her way out to ringside. Thank you folks over on TikTok for the likes. Van Hayes, an outstanding in-ring performer, was an underdog in the match where she captured the Women's Championship. Samantha looking a little comfortable in the corner there before this matchup starts. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. Samantha coming out of the gate with a kick to the midsection. And now already call it elbow tie, these two jockeying for position. Van Hayes going to send her down to the canvas and charge in with a clothesline. And takes her down. Van Hayes with a roundhouse kick to the midsection. Up and over into a crucifix. Push up in the turnbuckle. Van Hayes following her in. Knife edge chop. Van Hayes now. Oh! Reverse Russian leg sweep into the turnbuckle. But a kick out. Roundhouse kick now by Van Hayes. The XFW Women's Champion showing why she's holding that title. Snapmare, or Fisherman suplex rather. Van Hayes taking her time to get up here. Off the ropes now, Van Hayes. Ooh, drops the leg. Van Hayes not done. Turning it around the other way. And right on to Shields. And the champion might make a quick work of the challenger tonight. But Shields gets the shoulder up. Right hand connects. And here we go, back and forth. Shields landing two shots. And another one in the champion. And now she's ringing her bell. And another one right to the chest. The champion is staggered there. Shields going to the top rope. Shields coming off double axe handle right to the back of the head. Shields now, sucker ball kick to the spine. And now the middle rope. Shields, oh, frog splash. Drills her down. We've got a cover. Two, but a kick out by the women's champion. Van Hayes now in trouble. Ooh, knee strike right to the face. We got a cover. 1, 2, and again a kick out. Van Hayes is struggling to get back to her feet. This is the win streak we've been seeing. Samantha Shields hitting. But the women's champ now fighting back. Rights and lefts. Elbow shots to the face. European uppercut. Drives down Samantha Shields. And now Van Hayes hoisting her up and manhandle slam. Down goes Shields 2, and a kick out. Van Hayes thought she had her there. Stiff shot to the back. Van Hayes now in control. Slings her on the turnbuckle. Hard impact. Samantha bouncing. Van Hayes trying to set something up here on the middle rope. Shot to the back. Both ladies now on the top. What the hell? Oh my God! Van Hayes just sent Shields for the ride. Head over heels. And now she hits that cross-leg DDT. Van Hayes looking to send this one home. And that's it. Van Hayes locks up the 1, 2, 3. Samantha had a very, very solid run in the middle of that matchup, making a comeback. Wrist frog splash almost won the match. As again, she showed some very impressive offense, and this knee strike, boom. The lights were out for the champ. She didn't even realize how close she was to the ropes. Well, look how close this count was. But Van Hayes turned things around for her, starting with that slam where I thought she had the match locked up. But this move right here, folks, this was insane. German suplex from the top rope, and then sets her up for this, the cross leg here, and then into the DDT, boom. And the women's champion locks up another victory.
Here is your winner,
Van Hayes with the win tonight. Very young women's champion, folks, but she is doing outstanding inside the ring time and time again, ladies and gentlemen. She continues to knock down her opponents. And again, she was an underdog going into the match for the championship. And again, it was a fatal four-way. And there was other champions in the match and XFW veterans in our women's division. And this young lady, fighting against all the odds, came out on top with the 1, 2, 3. And again, we're talking about titles up next. The XFW Tag Team Champions are in action. Triple S LLC, Seth Walker, and Lincoln Marsh. But tonight, folks, they'll be going up against the Anarchists, former two-time tag champions in their own right. Let's see how this one turns out. I'm sure that Weasel, Sweet Sedan Stan, will be in ringside. Let's go take a look. And here come the Anarchists, Crom Ferguson and Angus Hayes.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 598 pounds, Angus Hayes and Crom Ferguson, the Anarchists.
Two former XFW champions in the ring, well, tag team champions. These guys, we have very little rules here in XFW to come to qualification. And these guys, what rules we do have, these two will look to bend. But ladies and gentlemen, their opponents tonight, Triple S LLC making their way out. Our music is frozen, so I apologize. There we go. Triple S LLC, Lincoln Marsh. Seth Walker, a former 5-time World Heavyweight Champion. And the used car salesman from New Jersey. The man that calls himself the greatest manager in all of professional wrestling, Sweet sedan stand. Angus Hayes is going to start this match off at Lincoln Marsh. This one should be a brutal match, folks. Both these teams are very high on high-impact wrestling. Marshall Foster says, can we please get Stan versus Destroyer and Rex? That would just be a mugging. That would be a mugging. Sweet Sedan Stan, whose record was 1-101, claimed at one point to be a Grand Slam champion, never held the title in a day in his life. The one win that he did have, he went on a bender in Atlantic City for 3 weeks. Missed his next several match engagements. Then came back and lost nearly 100 straight matches before deciding to go into a manager role. And now saying he's the greatest manager ever. You know what? As much as I hate Sweet Sedan Stan, I got to give him some credit. The man somehow knows how to negotiate a contract. He has gotten Seth Walker numerous title opportunities. Put these two together as a tag team. And now here they are, tag team champions. And right now, Seth Walker, who's a former 5-time World Heavyweight Champion, manhandling Angus Hayes. Knife edge chop. Angus Hayes with a counter. Walker eats the turnbuckle. Hayes now, who is the more agile of the two members of the Anarchist. Crom Ferguson on the outside, the big man of the team. A problem with Sweet Sedan Stan's team, Triple S LLC, is both Walker and Marsh are monsters. Both love to fight. Hell, Lincoln Marsh got into professional wrestling so he could beat people up and stop getting arrested. Meanwhile, Seth Walker likes to make a habit out of putting other wrestlers on the shelf. He likes to cause them injuries so they go on the injured reserve list. Oh! And there's a haymaker of a lariat from Walker, catching Crom Ferguson off guard and laying him right out. It's not often you see Ferguson blasted like that, but Walker is a monster. Double hip toss now by the tag team champions. Quick cover now by Lincoln Marsh. Only a 1 count. Ferguson gets the shoulder up. Marsh now swinging away. Barroom brawl tactics here. Irish up in the turnbuckle. Marsh now just blasting away with back elbows. And again a cover. Leg is hooked on Crom. 2, but again a kick out. Marsh at one point has been arrested at least 23 times for aggravated assault, public intoxication, and more. Oh! Hard impact in the turnbuckle. Back in comes Seth Walker. Crom dives over, makes the tag. In comes Angus Hayes. Angus Hayes now grabbing onto Walker. Gonna hoist him up. Walker. Oh, and a powerbomb by Angus Hayes. Sit down. Very similar to the powerbomb used. Why is Sweet Sedan Stan getting in the ring? He's going to say Walker uses the jackknife powerbomb as a finishing maneuver. Angus Hayes blasting him with his own. Off the ropes, double team maneuver now by the Anarchist, taking down Walker. Angus Hayes now on the... Oh! Ferguson's going up high. Not known to take to the air. Oh! Second guess himself coming down. And Walker takes everyone off the apron. And here we go. Triple S LLC now on the hunt. Walker blasting away on Ferguson. And now they're going to pull Angus Hayes off the apron. And the Anarchists are in trouble. Walker hits him in the back of the head with a table. Up to a 6 count. Walker getting back inside the ring. From Ferguson's the legal man, but he's tied up on the outside. Walker's holding on to him. Triple S LLC is going to get a count-out victory. Marsh keeping. Crom Ferguson distracted on the outside of the ring. Sweet Sedan stands screaming, keep him there, keep him there, keep him there. And Triple S LLC win via countout. Anytime Triple S can take the shortcut, they will. And again, just goes to show you folks how often they'll do that. Audience saying Triple S LLC robbed the Anarchist is absolutely right. Walker and Marsh victorious via countout. The Anarchists getting robbed of a solid match here tonight, folks. I mean, a victory is a victory is a victory. But when it comes to Triple S LLC, as I said, they will take every chance they can to get any advantage they can. And you know, the Anarchists are brutal competitors, and they have beaten Triple S LLC in the past. So Lincoln Marsh keeping Ferguson on the outskirts, keeping the brawling going. Angus Hayes tried to break it up to get him inside, but it was too little too late. The rage has set in from Crom Ferguson. He wanted to deal with Marsh, and unfortunately, the referee's count came too soon. Well, up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our main event of the evening. The XFW World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. The Destroyer, now a 10-time World Heavyweight Champion, winning the match 2 weeks ago in a fatal four-way. The last man in the ring with him was the previous number one contender, the Beast, Rex Bishop. Now, these two have pinfall victories over one another repeatedly. We've seen Bishop manhandle everyone on the roster, and he's been hungry for gold for quite some time now. But the Destroyer, now on a legacy championship run, 10-time World Heavyweight Champion, something that's never been done before in XFW, has said he has no plans on letting the championship go. But this will truly be the locking of horns of two big bulls in tonight's main event. Ladies and gentlemen, let's head down to ringside. This one could be one for the record books. World Heavyweight Championship main event starts right now. The XFW World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs. And here comes the Beast, Rex Bishop. This man has had 2 title opportunities in the last 60 days. Is the 3rd time the charm? Or will he fall back to the bottom of the rankings? Very few people have had the opportunities this man has gotten and earned in the short amount of time that he has. Rex Bishop, a brute of a human being. But his opponent tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the most feared and respected man in the XFW locker room, now a 10-time World Heavyweight Champion, the Destroyer. One of the original 15 members of the roster of XFW in its debut. He's wrestled all around the world. He's held titles everywhere he's gone. The man is an absolute in-ring general. I've never seen anyone respect the sport of professional wrestling more than the Destroyer. But he has chased down this title for the last 2 years. And now with it around his waist and over his shoulder, he has no plans on letting it go. But tonight, the Beast has every opportunity and every reason to capture it.
315 pounds, the Beast, Rex Bishop. And his opponent from Phoenix, Arizona, weighing in at 336 pounds, the Extreme World Heavyweight Champion,
The Destroyer with nearly a 18-pound weight advantage. Rex Bishop, 317 pounds. Destroyer just a little over 330. Almost 650 pounds of humanity in the ring, and that does not include the referee. That's all about the World Heavyweight Championship, folks. Rex Bishop does not look fearful at all of the Destroyer. And we are off. And both men coming out slugging away. Bishop with a waist lock on the Destroyer. Destroyer trying to struggle his way out. Snapmares over Bishop. Right into a chin lock. Destroyer blasting away the back of the head. This one is going to be a closely contested match. Destroyer now wrenching back. Look at the arc by the Destroyer. And again, driving the elbow in. Bishop trying to get his way up. The Destroyer now switching over to an armbar. These two, it's like watching bulls fight, ladies and gentlemen. And now the Beast sweeping out the legs and hammering away on the Destroyer. The brawling tactics of Bishop. Right hand, the Destroyer staggered. Irish whip in the turnbuckle. Drop down now by the Beast. Another drop down. Oh! It's a shoulder tackle, and down goes the Destroyer. Destroyer gets out of the way. That forearm was coming down. DDT by the Masked Man. And a leg drop. Both these guys are not going to leave anything on the table tonight. Destroyer shoots him in the turnbuckle. Big hand now by the Destroyer. And another one. And now boots in the midsection. And Destroyer stomping away at Bishop, who's trying to defend himself. Catches the leg. Destroyer going for a ride. Destroyer, who had a legendary rivalry with Brian Blaze, that still rears its ugly head from time to time. Brian Blaze recently aligning himself with Stonewall Hank Garrett. Now Destroyer getting his arm stomped on by the Beast. The Beast looking to numb that arm to lessen the attacks of the Destroyer. Destroyer now shoots the big man into the ropes. Destroyer picking him up. Tilt-a-whirl into a slam. 317 pounds tossed around like a sack of potatoes. Now big suplex. Bishop dumped on the back of his skull. Destroyer trying to roll him over. It's like trying to get a dead whale back in the sea. Barely a 1 count from Bishop. Destroyer again with the Irish whip. Big hip toss. Destroyer now saying that's it. Shot to the midsection. Bishop shakes it off. Blasts him with a knife edge chop. And Destroyer now with an overhand. And here we go. Shot for shot. Repeated exchange of heavy. Oh, calling out the Destroyer. Big mistake. As the Destroyer puts the boots through his face. Uh-oh. Destroyer in the corner. Look at the wave and destruction kick. Blasting in. And a cover on Bishop. 2. And the Bishop gets the shoulder up. Wave and destruction kick hits. And the Destroyer can't get it. Now Bishop fires back in the shot to the midsection. And now Bishop gonna hoist. Oh, it's a counter again by the Destroyer. Bishop looking for the pump handle slam, but the Destroyer saw it coming. Destroyer shoots him in the turnbuckle. Oh no. Oh, kick by Bishop. Destroyer looked like he was going to send him reeling, but now Bishop hoisting him up. Dumps the champion across the top rope. And now Bishop using all that weight to press down on the abdomen of the Destroyer, trying to force all the oxygen out of his sternum. And now hammer shots, those brutal shots across the top of the skull. Bishop now off the ropes. Oh, nobody home. Destroyer now looking for the chokeslam. Up and down goes Bishop. And the Destroyer saying it's over. Thumb across the throat. Stalking over Bishop. He's got him up, looking for the burning hammer. And he hits it. Destroyer sends him down, but Bishop has kicked out of this before. Can he do it tonight? And the champion retains. The champion retains. The Destroyer, 10-time World Heavyweight Champion. Rex Bishop left nothing on the table, pounding away. But the Destroyer coming into this matchup, hitting the wave of destruction kick, the momentum behind the big man in blue, fighting like he's in his early 20s again because the title around his waist has renewed his presence in the ring. And here's the chokeslam. 317 pounds, hoisted up with one arm. And then from there, ladies and gentlemen, the burning hammer. And the Destroyer remains your World Heavyweight Champion, leaving nothing to question between him and Bishop when this title is on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to XFW tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with Saturday Night Showdown as the champion retains his title tonight in the Danger Zone. Thank you for the likes and shares tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow night for more XFW action.